Hi, welcome back to Wee Red Van. I know, a little red camper. Hi, welcome back to Wee Broon Van. We're in Banchory. Now it's taken us about 3 hours to drive here. The sun's out for the first time of the day because it has been chucking it down. And you'll see behind us, that's our little setup. So Maggie's already got the wind out awning out. It's set at a slight angle because, like I say, it's been raining. So when we do that, the rain comes off the side and it's quite handy. So we're just going to have a wee walk into Banchory and have a wee wander around. You right?
Yep.
There's a scenic walk into Banchory from the campsite. It starts just round the corner, so we head along the gravelly path. When we come to this fencing, we know we've got to turn right in towards Banchory. The walk is along the banks of the River Dee, and we're walking upstream. We just stop here to have a closer look at the river. We continue along the trail, and it's not long before Kira gets a chance for some ball play. We're not playing ball in the cemetery, that's on the other side of the path. Trish has a macabre tale about this graveyard a little bit later. I've spotted a little riverside walk called the Platties, and I go down to have a look. It looks like a good walk, but it's not one for today. Just past the playing fields, and we arrive at Banchory. And a quick check of the town centre map, just to get our bearings. There's a little community wildlife garden here, and some of the plants are just coming into bloom. It will be at its best in another month or so. We loved the carved woodland animals, and like so many other places, the kids have used their artistic skills to paint pebbles as an NHS tribute. This is not the best idea for a shot that I've ever had, and it's clear to see I have not quite managed to get rid of the numpty mat yet. The restrictions have been eased in Scotland, so we can go into the Burnet Arms for a drink. Kira's happy because we're dog friendly in here. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's us back at the campsite. Trish has just went on ahead. Now on the way back we did pass that little cemetery. You know, the one that we passed on the way in. Well, we went in there to have a wee look, something interesting there that we wanted to see, and Trish had a wee story to tell.
So we're at the Ternan kirkyard and we're standing outside the watchtower. The watchtower was built in the early 19th century to let families stay overnight to stop the body snatchers from digging up their bodies and working on their cadavers. A very common theme was running through Scotland at that time. Plenty of money was being made by digging up bodies. Listen, can you hear? Is that them? Are they coming? Who knows?
Good one, Trish. Hope you enjoyed that. But now we're hungry and it's time to eat. Now, being a Campervan channel, it's mandatory for us to show you some cooking in the van. If we don't do it, we will get struck off from the YouTube Campervan Video Makers Club. So we have to do it, and I have to say we are now going to be cooking something from absolute scratch tonight. Completely from scratch. And I'm going to be doing a chicken tikka masala. So pay attention. What we have to do is, first of all, we take 1 tin of chicken tikka masala from Sainsbury's, and we empty the contents of that tin into a pan and we heat it up. Next up, still paying attention, we take 1 packet of basmati rice, put it in the ridge monkey and heat that rice up till it's nice and hot. Then serve. Sit back and enjoy. Here endeth the lesson. I'm going to enjoy tucking into this. Now, but seriously, if you've not got a lot of time, you get home late in the camper van, it's not a bad option, one of these cans. Okay, it's not going to win any awards, but it hits the spot. What are you having?
I'm having vegetable curry out of tin.
Okay.
It's really nice. Bit spicy for me, but lovely.
Is that a Sainsbury's as well?
No, Morrison's.
Right, we're going to tuck into this now, and then, don't know what we'll do tonight, hit the hay, have an early night. It's been a long drive, a long day today, and back tomorrow morning.
You got everything?
Yep, I've got everything. Yep, I've got everything. Let's go. Going for a wee walk today to the Falls of Feugh. And then after that, I'm going to take on Scolty Hill. I say take on, it's only about 300 metres tall. 299 to be exact. I don't know why they didn't round it up. Come on then, let's go. Did you notice our new setup, by the way? We've got the new front panels on this setup. We really like it. But we'll save that for another video and tell you all about it. It's a half-hour walk to the Falls of Feugh. And there's a metal pedestrian bridge giving the best possible views of the falls. On one side, the old stone bridge. And on the other side, the tumbling cascades of the waters of Feugh. Yeah, that's me. Alright, see you later.
Bye, Kira.
Alright, see you later.
Bye.
I'm heading up Scolty Hill with Kira. There's a monument at the top that I want to see. Last year we did a video about staying the night at participating Scottish forests. They're doing it again this year, but not at this particular forest. The rain's been on quite heavy now for a while. It's beautiful forest, but it's no the weather for it, to be honest. I did stop a while back. There was a little picnic bench back there, and I decided it was time to get my waterproof trousers on. Kira already had her waterproof coat on, so it was me that was getting soaked. So we stopped there for a little while. The waterproof trousers came out the bag and I put them on, and then I've got a little waterproof cover for my backpack too, so that's on. There's a few different trails up Scolty Hill. An easy one and one that's a little bit more challenging. I'm hoping that the one I'm on is the easy one. And apparently if you come up here at the weekend, there's loads of bikers up here. Push bikes, mountain biking. And it can be very, very busy at times. So the time to come is during the week. This is during the week. But pick a better day. Right, I've just been looking at this map. There's 3 walks apparently. The quickest one's 45 minutes. It's also the most difficult one. But I think I'm just going to go for it, because it's chucking it down and I've had enough of the rain. So 45 minutes and I should be at the top. The trail can be quite steep in places, and the rain's not making it any easier. And 4 legs are definitely better than 2. We arrive at the top of Scolty Hill, which stands 299 metres high. It's located on the south side of Banchory. Its best known feature is the 20 metres tall tower monument, built in 1840 as a memorial to General William Burnet, who fought alongside Wellington in the Napoleonic Wars. I stop for lunch and take my time in the hope that the rain might stop so that I can get our drone, Midge, up into the sky to circle the tower. But no luck, the rain's on for the day, so we just head off. I didn't think Kira wanted to come down at first, but she was just letting me go ahead. It's an hour and a half later before I get back to the van. I'm a bit wet under these waterproofs. Another day, another walk. I've got a feeling of déjà vu. But this time, we turn left because we're heading to Crathes Castle. There's a big pile of railway sleepers here. The Royal Deeside Railway was to extend the line but ran out of funding due to COVID. We come to a bench with a good view over the River Dee, and we sit for a while watching the swallows catching flies on the surface of the pond. Further down, the point where work on the railway had just stopped. We carry along the path and reach the little train station of Milton of Crathes. It's closed, and the last timetable on display is 2019, a sobering reality of COVID. But we could at least see the station and a few of the engines. This little courtyard has a nice little cafe. But it was no dogs allowed. Shame, it was mostly dog walkers that were out today. However, it's their loss. We've arrived at the entrance to Crathes Castle. Straight away, we see this carved heron, and it makes us think the walk through these grounds is going to be a good one. This gate's locked, but it gives us our first glimpse of the castle, framed by these clipped hedges. Dogs welcome. Good for you, Crathes Castle. The cafeteria was dog friendly too, and in the goodie bag there's a vegan pasty for Trish, a sausage roll for me, and treats for Kira. Then after lunch, we head down to the castle. Crathes Castle dates to the 16th century and was owned by the Burnet family, who lived here for over 350 years. They'd roots in the area dating back to 1323, when Robert the Bruce granted them land. Some of the topiary yew hedges may be over 300 years old, going back to 1702. And it wasn't long before Trish was naming trees once again. She'd found one that she named the Lying Down tree because it had a big branch touching the ground and then reaching up again in a big U shape. Then I found the Wide tree, which was just as impressive for its height. We followed the trail through the woods. It was quite steep in places, and a little bit dark and spooky. Then other parts of the trail were more colourful, and these rhododendrons were bursting into bloom. To end our walk, Trish named one last tree. The Hidey-hole tree. Well, that was a great day out that we had at Crathes Castle, and good on them for allowing dogs on leads.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Beautiful grounds.
Now we're packing up now. We had a reasonably good day yesterday to do that, but not today for moving on. If I spin you around, you'll see what I mean. We've got steamy windows everywhere. In front of us, to the side of us. It's pretty miserable. But we're moving on, hopefully, to some place where there's better weather. And we're going to see you on the next one. Alright. See you folks.
Bye.
Bye.